Skincare. Now, you got to understand that I didn't come from a background of really focusing on products. But as I started to look at the products and realize the power of the products, I realized that we had something extremely sexy. And this evening, I want to talk about how to recruit more customers in your business. Anybody interested in bringing more customers in their business?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Really quickly, by a show of hands, how many of you have been to Walmart recently? By a show of hands. A couple of you have been to Walmart, okay? Now, when you went to Walmart, is it safe to say that you went in the building for one thing, but you ran out with 15 in your basket? That's safe to say? Okay. Now, here at Jeunesse, we have a phenomenal door opener product with what? Instantly ageless. It's a great 2-minute conversation, a great door opener product, but then it leads right into the rest of the products. It's almost like the key through the door, then you can take them to the store. Now I want you to think about Walmart for an example, because too many times inside of networking, we forget about the power of customers. Without customers, there is no business. Without customers, there is no business. Now, we've done a phenomenal job with getting customers, but you know what? We need to take it one step further. And we're going to talk about how we can do that, but I also want to stick to that Walmart analogy really quickly. I want you to think about this. What if every time you walked into Walmart, the person that had the sign on their back saying, "May I help you," automatically passed you an application? What if every time you walked into Walmart to pick up some groceries, they assumed you came there for a job and they passed you an application? You came there to get some paper plates, they assumed you came there for a job and passed you an application. You came there for some silverware and they passed you an application. Now, how would that make you feel? Everybody didn't come into Walmart to get a job now, did they? Small percentage of them may have come in to get a job. A large percentage of them came in to get what? Product. Came in to get product. You see, we as distributors in Jeunesse, we've got to understand that we need customers to have a really strong, sticky business. And you can't assume that everybody that you're having a conversation with wants to join the business. You see, think about it. What if every time you went to Walmart, they just automatically passed you an application? You see, we've got some phenomenal products that our customers deserve. And you know, one of the best ways to get products is to get customers is to first of all be a product of the product. Anybody in the room a product of the product inside of Jeunesse? Awesome. I would have never thought in a million years out of all the things that I could argue with my fiance would be arguing over the cleanser. There's a lot of other things we can argue about, but honey, you used up all the cleanser again? Aren't you a diamond? Why don't you have it? You see, ladies and gentlemen, we've got products that what? That actually work. I can stand in front of this room today and say that I haven't put lotion nor soap on my face in a year. In a year. I remember being in the same building a year ago, watching the release of Instantly Ageless, and that was one of the things that got me truly excited because I realized that we had a product that people would buy with no financial benefit attached to it. See, this is how you can detect whether or not you've got a phenomenal opportunity. Will people buy it if there's no compensation attached to it? And the answer is unequivocally what? Yes. The answer is unequivocally yes with the Reserve. It's unequivocally yes with the Finity. It's unequivocally yes with the Luminous line. It's unequivocally yes with our full-blown energy drink line. You see, we've got a product line that we've got to share, but you got to know how. You got to know how. And the last time I checked, the confused mind does nothing. Let me tell you a quick story. You see, I remember being on Martha Lane in Richmond, Virginia, where I grew up at. And my father would constantly be buying Girl Scout cookies. Any of y'all ever in the room ever bought Girl Scout cookies? Yep. You know, here's what was the interesting thing about my father buying Girl Scout cookies. You see, my father has one tooth. I want you to understand the sticker shock it is for a 12-year-old to walk in the bathroom and get some toothpaste and see his father's teeth in a cup. Sticker shock. Now I started asking my dad, Dad, you know, you're always buying Girl Scout cookies. You're always buying Girl Scout cookies. But Dad, you only got one tooth. Shut up, sir. No, seriously, Dad, you got one tooth. What's up with the Girl Scout cookies? Why you always buying Girl Scout cookies? Because I like Girl Scout cookies, son. Why you bothering me? But Dad, you don't eat that many Girl Scout cookies. But the Girl Scouts are cute. They're really cool. How many of y'all have fallen, I don't want to use the word victim, but how many of you have fallen under the influence of a 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old young girl knocking at your door, selling you some cookies? How many of you have fallen influence to that? Okay, I've fallen influence to it so much that I swear to you I have 42 boxes of stale Girl Scout cookies in my garage right now. Because I like to patronize the beautiful young kids. But you know what I learned from Girl Scouts? Is that Girl Scouts actually pose an example of one of the best ways for you to get more customers inside of your Jeunesse business. And let me prove to you why. Ladies and gentlemen, there's 3 different types of markets that you're dealing with. 3. Count them. 1, 2, 3. You have a warm market, you have a cold market, and you have a hot market. You've got a warm market, a cold market, and a hot market. And I learned this from one of my great mentors. And when she taught me this, I said, wow, this is amazing. You see, your cold market are people that what? You don't know. Majority of your Facebook is cold. You think it's warm. I got 5,000 friends, but you know 16 people. Ain't nothing warm about your Facebook page. Your Facebook page is freezing. That's a what? Cold market. People that you don't know. People that you don't deal with on a regular basis. People that you might randomly come across. Someone at the grocery store, the dry cleaners. People that you do not know on a first name basis. That is what? Your cold market. Then you have a warm market. Those are your friends. Those are your family. People that you love. People that know you. Then you have a hot market. Now who's your hot market? Your hot market are the people that, let's say you just recently had a baby. Who was at your baby shower? There. Hot market. You were just in the hospital a year ago, 6 months ago. Who was in the hospital with you? Hot market. Who actually calls you on your birthday instead of posting it on your Facebook wall? Hot market. If your mother posts on your Facebook wall, happy birthday, she don't like you. You were 9 months of pain. Okay? Who else is in your hot market? Who else is in your hot market? People that you do business with on a what? Regular basis. People that you know on a first name basis. People that understand who you are. People that what? That respect you. Now, if you were caught at 3 o'clock in the morning on a highway and your cell phone was dead, who would you call? Your cell phone is dead. Y'all was looking to see a hot market. Your cell phone is dead. I caught you, didn't you? See, you thinking ahead. 3 o'clock in the morning on the side of the road, your tire went out on you. Who would you call? That person that you would call at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, guess what they are? Hot. They're your hot market. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with your hot market will do you a favor. Everybody say favor. Favor. Your hot market will do you a what? Favor. Your hot market will do you a what? Favor. The same favor that you've been giving the Girl Scouts. The same favor that you give the fundraising kids. They will do you a favor. So why is that? How do you utilize this inside of your business? First of all, you pick up the phone and you call up Johnny. And you say, hey, Johnny, I just got involved in a phenomenal company called Jeunesse Global, marketing some phenomenal skincare and health and wellness products. Now, I wasn't calling you to join the business because I figured that you didn't want to join the business. But I was calling you because I wanted you to be a customer of mine and just try my product for 30 days. I promise you, that if you like the product, I'll show you how you can get it at a discount. If you don't, I will never talk to you about it ever again. Is that fair, Johnny? And nah.
Yep.
Is that fair, Johnny? Now, one or two things are going to happen with that conversation. There's a little psychology in that some of y'all got and some of you didn't. Let me repeat it to you again. I learned a long time ago that when you learn something new, go out and practice it immediately. Put it into play right now. Not next week, not next month, not next year. Right now. So you picked up the phone and you called up Mary. You said, hey, Mary, I just got involved in a phenomenal company called Jeunesse Global. Look, it markets skincare products and health and wellness products. I wasn't calling you to be a distributor because I figured you didn't want to join the company as a distributor. But I do need a handful of customers. Could you do me a favor and try my product for 30 days? If you like it, I'll show you how you can get it at a discount. If you don't, I promise I will never talk to you about it ever again. Is that fair, Johnny? Is that fair, Mary? See, your hot market will do it just to shut you up. Now, some of you got a problem with taking pity customers. Call me, I'll take them. You see, here's what you got to get. Those are, I don't mean by pity customers, but here's what I mean. See, first of all, that person in the hot market, there's a couple things that are going through their mind. First of all, you didn't talk to them about becoming a distributor, did you? And you dropped a little psychology in the middle of that. You said, I wasn't calling you to become a distributor because I figured that you didn't want to join the company as a business owner, but I wanted you to try my product. See, one or two things are going to happen in that. Ladies and gentlemen, a good attorney will never ask a question that he or she doesn't already know the answer to. Learn that. Because here's what's going to happen. Number one, they're going to say either, how did you know I didn't want to be in business? What is it all about? You making money off of us? That's one response. Or they'll say, sure, what's the product? They'll take it just to shut you up. Now, do you mind if 15 customers became your customer just to shut you up? No. Would you mind if 27 people became your customers just to shut you up? No. Would you mind if 100 people became your customers just to shut you up? Would you mind?
No. Nope.
Look, if 200 people did, you would induct yourself into Duct Tape University. You would care less, right? Because the people are doing what they want to do. Too many times, we encourage people to do what we want them to do. We want them to become a distributor. Because we want to get promoted. Fantastic. Here's the reality. A person convinced against their will is still of the same opinion still. You convince them to become a rep when they wanted to become a customer, then 3 days later, they get a bad case of the, I changed my mind. And they wanted to be a what? A customer. You see, you got to understand the power of reverse psychology. You got to understand the power of someone trying your product. They're going to try for 30 days. Anybody in the room ever had an Otis Spunkmeyer cookie? Who in the room has ever eaten Otis Spunkmeyer cookies? Some of you have not lived yet. You gotta be kidding me. Otis Spunkmeyer cookies are the best cookies on the planet. For those of you that don't know, what's up, Randy? I know you hear me back there. For those of you that don't know, Otis Spunkmeyer started their company by giving away free cookies. You see, they stood in front of grocery stores. And as you were walking through the grocery store, what happened? They would say, hey, you want to try a cookie? And you would try the cookie out, and as you were walking through the grocery store, you were like, man, these cookies are good. Oh my goodness, what did they put crack in these things? Where are these cookies at? They're on aisle 4. Kind of like at Sam's Club and Price Club, right? You know how you try the chicken fingers out and the goodies at Sam's Club and Price Club? Unless you're me, you just eat lunch there, you take like 25 toothpicks, and just keep eating. Y'all keep acting like I'm the only one. Y'all need to stop fronting. Y'all know I'm not the only one. It's not about how much money you make, it's about how much you keep. Ladies and gentlemen, Otis Spunkmeyer started off by giving what? Free cookies to get people to test the product. As they started testing the product, they came around and started what? Buying the product. Because it was what? Good. You got the same ability with your Jeunesse products. As people are testing your products, now they buy your products and become lifelong what? Customers. And guess what customers are? They're sticky for your business. Guess what I've never seen? I've never seen a leader do a conference call with all of their customers and say, hey, I just wanted to call all of you up and let you know that we're getting ready to jump ship. I've never seen that happen with a customer. I've been in this industry for 17 years. You see, customers don't join because of a compensation. They join because of the what? Product. They join because of the product. You know, I was in Singapore and Kathleen Dagelman, who was a rock star, you deserve to be following Kathleen Dagelman. Unequivocal rock star. I'm at a training watching Kathleen talk about the power of customers and how an organization looked with all of these customers. And one thing I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, is that as you build your organization with customers, you're building it on concrete. You're building it on concrete. Okay? Now, if you think about it, it's easier to bring on a customer than it is a distributor. Do distributors get to try your $4.99 or $10.99 pack? No. But a customer can start off at a very minimal amount now, can't they? They can get a box of instantly ageless, they can get a box of reserve, they can get a whole pack of the energy drinks right now. They've got so many options to be able to take care of. But we have to lead off from those customers. You know, I got a good friend of mine in the audience, you know, rock star Mr. Mark Reale and his rock star wife Marissa, and I can tell you that this guy, everywhere he goes, you know, he was 20 years in the Army, and he said, say it, what are they going to say? No. You're talking about a guy that did 3 tours overseas. See, you tell somebody that's been in the Army for 2 decades that a customer might say no, do they care? This man risked his life for our country. What is a customer going to say? No. This guy's a customer machine. Machine. But see, you got to get in the habit of understanding the power of having a sticky business. You want to get in the habit of understanding that I need to build a business on concrete. You need to get in the habit of understanding that customers are good for business. And for those of y'all that are brand new, you need to understand that there's never a conference call with customers. Never. 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 Ever, 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 ever. Ever, ever, for those of y'all from Atlanta. Ever, ever. Never. So when you realize the power of building this sticky business, when you realize the power of utilizing a line that either is going to get you customers or indirectly recruit a promoter, but the goal is 9 out of 10 of them are going to become customers when you use that line. So for those of you that are writing, I'm going to give it to you one more time before I play David Copperfield. Hey Johnny, I was giving you a call now. You can do this face-to-face or when you're on the phone. But for those of y'all, when you are doing this face-to-face, I want you to develop a habit of nodding. People will do what you do, not what you say. So when you're talking to Johnny face-to-face, hey Johnny, I was giving you a call because I got involved in a phenomenal company called Jeunesse Global. Health and wellness company, phenomenal health and wellness products and anti-aging products. I wasn't calling you to become a distributor because I figured you didn't want to become a distributor. But I do need a handful of customers. So could you do me a favor and try my product for the next 30 days? If you like it, I'll show you how to be able to get it on discount. If you don't, I promise I'll never call you about it ever again. Is that fair enough, Johnny? And nod. Hey guys, y'all should practice this. Some of you are going to be trying tonight. Hey honey, I just got involved with this one. Your kids, you want your kids to clean their room? You want to clean your room, don't you? Nah, yes. Get in the habit of this, okay? On the phone, the same exact thing. Go through this process. Customers are great for business. We have a phenomenal product line. A phenomenal product line to be able to gain so many customers is unequivocally crazy. And we're making it even easier easier and easier and easier, but we as distributors have to embrace this. We as distributors have to understand customers are great for business. We want a real, true, sticky business. And once we build a true, sticky business, then and only then can we really, truly build the legacy play that we're looking to build. Because there's nothing more sexier than having customers in Mexico, customers in Chile, customers in Europe, customers in Asia, customers in Orlando, customers in your backyard. There's nothing more sexier than waking up to customers and customers and more customers and more customers. And people calling me saying, you got some more of that stuff? People in my neighborhood think I sell something I got no business selling. When you're in the HOA neighborhood and people are knocking on your door looking for stuff, you got some more of that stuff? And then you don't let them in your house. Hold on for a second, and you close the door and you go get it. Then you come back and you really look suspect. Doesn't help with the gold tooth I have either. Really look suspect. But you know what's cool about that, ladies and gentlemen? We're building a what? Sticky business. So for all of you that want to build a sticky business, let's zone in, because I'm assuming that every single one of you in the room want to build a sticky business, correct? That was extremely assuring. I'm sure every single one of you in the room want to build a sticky business, correct? You want to go out and build a sticky business. You go out and you have that conversation like a Girl Scout. And you go out and recruit people like you're a Girl Scout. Because if my dad is still buying Girl Scout cookies today with 1 tooth, shame on you for not getting customers when everybody that you know has a face. Thank you.